Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first match of Cash Academy Tournament 4. Yes, you heard that right. This is gonna be the first one. A little bit early on before the weekend starts. But right off the bat, we have all of these players starting it out with the very first warm-up map. I've never seen these first, but while they're playing, I potentially have maps for qualifiers, and we can kind of see where these players excel and potentially kind of predict how they could take throughout this whole. So today we have toroosics, and breezyisacat. I'll cover up the stats real quick in just a few seconds. So I hope you all stay tuned. And in the meantime, watch warm up players are playing at the moment. Right, and we're almost done with the very first warm-up. I guess we could start with the stats real quick. So, toroosics landed 8-11, breezyisacat 4. So this is going to be quite the difference. However, we didn't mention a lot on the previous stream. We early on this stage to very non-existent odd. It's potentially we could potentially see some surprises here and there. Alright, so we are basically done with the second warm-up already. So that means it is finally time to get onto the maps.
Which also means I'm joining right in time to do some duo casting together with you. Do you want to put me up to speed which opponents we are seeing today?
Yeah, so right now we have toroosics and breezyisacat. These are going to be your seats 11 and 54.
So fairly big disparity, but early round means we definitely have chances to see an upset.
Yes, there could be surprises, as I said a few minutes ago. But I forgot to introduce it. I'm Rooster, and we have Sapphire with us commenting along today on this match.
Yeah, I have to admit, normally I really like to always prepare for matches. I kind of missed out on this already happening on Thursday, so I'm really not prepared for this match. The only thing I really looked a little bit at was the pool, so I definitely know we are at a far easier stage, and I expect many FC or only nerfy shit-miss battles, even between huge seed differences this week, like it always goes in early rounds, right? Especially in the beginner tournament. So really, it will depend on how well they can manage their nerfs and if they practice their spins as well, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. These maps this week are going to be quite easy in comparison to the qualifiers, and some of them just seem like they could just be separated by these spinners. But just going real quick on the qualifier stats in general, I think we're potentially going to see bans from both Hidden 2 and Hard Rock 2 respectively. Mostly toroosics scoring better at Hidden 2, landing a nice seed 5, while for Breezy it was the contrary. So we'll potentially see I would say 100% ban, but never mind. In this case, toroosics surprisingly got a ban Nomad too.
Honestly, I don't even know. If what you said is true, that Toro was much better at HG2, we might see the ban out of Breezy of the HG2 even here, but the HR is a different case, I would say, because in the first round, HR can feel a lot still like Nomad on those lower difficulties, right? With the AR still being fairly accessible, and the only real thing being a bit of HR randomization patterning, or on the other hand, maybe a bit higher CS for that lower difficulty. And if you only really struggle with HR due to the higher AR, you might not really dislike or need to ban it in the early round. And there we go, HG1 actually, not HG2, so feeling confident that on the early round HG2 they might be able to match their opponent and say, nah, I need to get rid of that HG1 instead. Very interesting. So basically HR and DT fully untouched by the bans.
Yeah, honestly, I did say we should expect some surprises, but I was not expecting the surprises to be right off the bat on the bans. I thought the toroosics was gonna ban perhaps Hard Rock, but as you mentioned, yeah, the maps are entirely different, so maybe they just feel more comfortable on these Hard Rocks in general. And we could even potentially see one of those being picked.
HR2 is even being the pick. Interesting. I always think if you are gonna be staff or a spectator or a player yourself in the beginner tournament, it's always kind of like, yeah, after qualifiers, boy, those guys are so good. But at the end of the day, it's the tournament where players will improve so fast. So even in a single week, if someone plays actively at this level, they can make big progress. So I would not rely on the early data we have from qualifiers too much, and just go with what you're confident in really in this first round.
Yeah, for sure. Just go with whatever feels more comfortable with you. Especially on these rounds, since this is a best out of 5 match. So every pick is gonna count.
Yeah, for sure. The interesting thing is also maybe to mention, one of the players I saw writing on KGB Global asking about nerf control, and I think that's a fairly interesting thing to discuss, right? Like, a lot of those people might not have had Equatorian experience before, might think, yeah, those maps are easy, I have good solo scores, And then they get nerfs or shakes in multiplayer. We all have been there. Some of us more, some of us a bit less. So it will also be interesting and might be a deciding factor here if one of them has bigger nerf issues than the other one. But heading into the first map for now, what is your guess for this match overall?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. Toroosics is gonna be hidden for this map.
Yeah, the hidden preference mod, and the AR is only 8.4 even after HR still due to the low difficulty, so HD on this is quite brave and definitely a sign of preferring to play maps with hidden. I'm all for it. You definitely as well, I assume.
And it is... Oh, Breezy is gonna find the very first miss on this map.
Yeah, he's gonna spiral this score difference over.
Turo's still holding on that combo and SS, for that matter.
Even before that miss, the accuracy difference made a few K points of difference already because we have really few nodes. And another miss out of Breezy is going to make it really hard halfway in to make a comeback, but they really need to see misses out of Toro here to come back. Finding the combo cat now. So for those of you that don't know yet, as you might be new to game mode, in Scory 2 you reach the maximum score multiplier when you have 200 combo. So no matter if you have 200 or 400 combo, you don't get more for a single node as soon as you reach 200 combo. So you want to stay above 200 combo as long as possible.
That is true, as I mentioned. It's very crucial for you to reach 200 combo, otherwise the multiplier will not be able to count the max score. And on maps like these, it's gonna matter quite a lot. Toroosics finds the first miss, but
the first
at
miss,
the end,
yeah, it's speeding back over due to the low node count, but this is far too late and only the one miss. Breezy had a really nice ending there, huge respect for trying to make a comeback, but sadly the 3 misses he found spaced in between all the easier sections, I would maybe even say the more consistent sections in the middle, made a huge score difference in the end. Like you can see, I think that the one miss right at the end of Toro, there are like 400 nodes in the map, so if you find multiple misses, it's gonna cost you. 3 miss is already 150k score loss. That's quite a lot, and I think we will be seeing this till maps get a bit more difficult in later rounds and node count rises, right?
and we are potentially, I think in this case, in this scenario, Breezy is probably gonna rely on DZ. Again, these are stats based on the qualifiers, but there's a high chance they could be comfortable with the DTs. Never mind, okay.
It was the breakpoint, that's the thing, right? It was Breezy's pick just now that makes the point and the really great play by Toro even more of a factor and more important for both of them. In the best of 5, as you said earlier, any point counts, and starting with a breakpoint immediately is definitely not what Breezy wanted to see, but for Toro it's really good because that means on their own pick, which arguably might be their most confident one, I hope, they now have the leeway to say, man, even if I throw a bit, I still got that early breakpoint, so no worries. You can go into that confidently. Meanwhile, Breezy will really need to lock in now.
And you're right, I did not notice how that was in fact a breakpoint, so Duro is just gonna take advantage of it right away with this Horror 1. And once again, they are gonna opt to play with Hidden on this map as well.
I mean, it worked quite well on the earlier map, right?
Yeah, just one miss at the very end, that's very good. And they also seemed to get very good spins as well, so it is working for them.
This time Breezy with the slightly better spin, I think it's only one banana here, but if both of them were to theoretically FC and no one dropped egg, nope, both of them seeing that they are off to a good start. For me, always breaks in maps, especially if it was a close match where disrupting the flow and more of a problem than a help, but... Oh, Okay, and now it might be that even, really, because this time Toro coming out ahead with 1 banana more. Each banana being worth 200 points on every map in Scory 2, mind you. Oh, and Toro's winning real shitness! That's the chance Breezy needed!
Now Breezy is just reaching that 200 combo, so now they're going to score even higher beyond this point.
And they see it! They see it. I don't know if it's good that he is seeing that he just needs to hold to win.
No! There we go. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's gonna go back quickly to Toro now, but I think it's gonna go not too fast because the lead was quite high and Toro was not at 200 combo when Breezy missed, so I think that Breezy will keep the lead barely.
And I will mention it, it's gonna come down to a very close point if this keeps up.
Yeah, I just think Breezy had a better miss spot. As we mentioned earlier, 200 combo is the combo cap for your multiplier and score, and because Breezy still had a bit of combo after Toro missed, he basically got the maximum score for a few nodes. But it's gonna be real close.
Yeah, for sure, and the map is coming to an end, it's just less than 5k. They just don't have to miss.
Oh my god, is there a spinner at the end?
Yeah,
there is. Oh no! Oh god, Breezy missed a few bananas there. Is it gonna go over? It might. I think so.
At least it's back to toroosics.
Another spinner, spin to win. Yeah, and Toro pulled it back. Heartbreak for Breezy. After a really nice play, really only where they missed, and a bit of a spinner difference. Yeah, this has to hurt. And Toro getting away barely with this, right? He probably went into this HR run thinking, yeah, I won this HR tour fairly confidently. 130k difference, right? And this time, yeah, this was not an easy win, but in the end, he got the point, and it's all that counts. And this also means that he consolidated his earlier breakpoint, being up 2-0 already. And Breezy now really needs to find a way in this match before it gets out of hand.
And now the question is, what is Breezy gonna pick in this scenario? I didn't mention they could potentially pick DT, but we still have a lot of maps on the board yet. And it's in fact gonna be DT1, okay.
I like that, let's see it. Yeah, with this only being AR6 before DT, I think this is also only going at like 8.4 after DT or something, so it's still really, really slow overall, so that even it should be really accessible AR race for beginners. I don't think that will be the deciding factor. It's going to be more like who is ready for the change in platter control compared to no mode HR or HD, with the DT being a lot more sensitive. And that's also kind of the hard part for a lot of new players getting into DT, getting used to that control aspect. Very easy to find slight misinputs.
Yeah, for sure.
No. And that's not what we want to see if we want a close match. Breezy another early miss, sadly. Still earlier in the map, but not a good sign.
Unfortunately, not a good sign. However, Turo is also gonna find a miss.
Exactly, and that was a better miss spot for Breezy because it was right at the start, so the lead goes back in his favor. Oh yeah, I remember when I was a beginner and was really confident and was like, yeah, those maps I can have seen solo easily, and then I went in the lobby and got epilepsy shakes and was just like, bro, I'm dying.
Yeah, so it's for sure not the same experience. Your solo plays are not It'll be the same as a
So true.
multiplayer.
So true, so true. Had to learn that the hard way over the years. But yeah, both of them stabilized real well, both over combo caps, so the score isn't gonna budge. And Toro finding a miss on the walk section there is gonna really make a huge lead for Breezy real quick. And that's looking just as Rusty needed. Another miss out of Toro, and this is looking really good for Breezy now. Halfway in, and the lead is already nearing 100k.
Seems like this pick is really coming out in handy for Breezy. They already have a really good advantage of almost 85k, and we're close to that last quarter of the map, so this is gonna be super beneficial for them. Finding that miss early on.
It could also be a way into this match, right? Like if he sees there is a bit of struggle and a bit of misses on Toro's side, and he feels confident enough about another DT, he might try picking that next.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough time for Toro, even if Breezy were to find him as now. Really
I
nice
don't
play
think
there.
so. And this map has no breaks, so there's no way of telling if you're taking an advantage or not.
Yeah, but really confident movement here, a lot of clean movements on the sliders as well out of Breezy, so really only that one intro miss. Did the reverse choke thing, right? Miss early, avoid more nerfs, and lock in. Really nice play there. 900k out of Toro 6. Also, still a nice score, but in this round of 64, a few misses all it really needs to swing it in favor of your opponent. So, first point for Breezy on the board, and you love to see it. 1-2. And now back to Toro's pick, and I think it's not going to be DT.
No, definitely not. We still haven't seen Hidden Gem, so
Yeah, he might hesitate a bit because he also thinks it might be a bit easy and his opponent didn't ban it. But if he feels confident in it, he definitely should go for it at some point. Also, I am not quite sure. I don't have the stats how they do on converts. Otherwise, normal convert might be interesting.
I think I got some general idea on that aspect. So for converts, Turo did good on every convert except for Haru 2 on qualifiers, so converts could be a strong pick for Turo in general.
But we see the HG2 we mentioned before. So first of all, fair pick there. Just going by statistics, should at least be more comfortable with the HG, especially considering that Turo picked HG on all the maps that have been picked so far on both HRs and DDT. Generally, HD tends to become easier if the AR is not below 9. But on fairly non-dense maps and maps at this difficulty range, if you start with HD right away from your early catch to beat days, I think even the AR 8 point something maps can feel pretty comfy. But this really differs a lot from player to player. I have seen a lot of players write in map pool feedback that they really don't love HD, to put it in nicer words. Yeah, we'll see that at every skill range. But let's see if Toro can convert this into his third point. Or if Breezy can surprise us with a much better HD2 performance than he had in qualifiers.
Oh, we are about to find out, and both players
having a rough start there. Yeah, the start of low AR HD in a match.
I mean, especially after playing DT, that's another fact.
Yeah, I mean, we both are low AR HD players, we both can talk about it. Even if you play them a lot, it's really easy. If you are just slightly too fast or too slow and start off the map with wrong timing, the whole run can go suddenly really bad and much worse than you expected. So, not surprised to see both of them having a bit of a harder time to transition, but Breezy still has a bit of more trouble, so for Toro, it's still all good, although he can't allow himself to miss too often because Breeze is still staying pretty closely.
So far they've traded just a few misses, but as you mentioned, Breezy is having a little bit more misses in comparison, just missing on that step.
And this one's gonna hurt right before the break, especially. That's gonna give Toro some confidence. He has the combo advantage and the scroll lead. So at this point, even if he were to find a miss now, it's not enough to swing it back. Breezy would need to probably FC the rest of the map and hope for 2 or even 3 misses out of Toro here.
And 74k just seems less likely.
Yeah, especially on a map with so few nodes, and considering how the start of the map went, right? Waiting for Bancho to buffer for now. Maybe Bancho has other ideas. Oh, only Breezy loading? Ah, no,
okay.
There we go. We are slightly asynchronous, I think. Might need to resync. There we go. Yeah, and Toro clearly finding his groove later in the map. Let's check the match feed though, because Bancho often shows the wrong scores. I think they have more score than is shown on screen. Yep, Toro wins this with 915k against 727k out of Breezy when you see it. So for those of you wondering why it shows different scores on screen, this happens when Bancho is acting up. So yeah, both of them, the winner is still correct, but Toro winning by 187k here. In the end, really confident lead. 415 combo. I think he only really struggling, as we both talked about earlier, finding his way into this map after the earlier, a bit faster maps, but stabilizing after a little bit. This also means he only needs 1 more point to at least secure tiebreak, and really with the bag against the wall now needs to win every point and take a break point. Picking the Niwashi Rhythm Breaker map here is going to be quite interesting.
And this is a no mode for Convert pick.
Yeah, and this shows again how qualifiers really is much higher in difficulty, so it's hard to just say, yeah, because someone didn't do well on a certain skill set, they will never pick it here. Because I think that Toro did really well in qualifier convert and Breezy did less so, if I don't mix up things.
Yes, but as you mentioned earlier, these maps are relatively easier and probably different league maps, so we can't be for sure how well they will feel on these maps. Right off the bat, I think we got the first early miss from Breezy, but there's still a lot of map to take on, especially with this kind of map that has a lot of combo.
Maybe he can do the same as he did on DT and just have the early miss and FC the rest of the map and stage a comeback. We will see.
There is potential.
Also, talking about this, really surprised he didn't pick DT after that clear DT win.
That's because DT cannot be double picked.
Ah, we have the double pick rule in CAD. Yeah, I forgot, because that's not a thing in every tournament.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can clearly see how well I'm prepared on this Thursday.
It's alright.
Yeah, still fairly close match. Only one miss would immediately swing it. Both of them finding their way into the map already halfway in. Spinner going slightly in favor of Toro, increasing his lead. Both of them seeing now that a single miss is separating them, so anything is possible, but Breezy needs to miss out of Toro and needs to hold onto his combo. Oh yeah, double pick rule basically means you can pick the same mod twice in a row as the same player. So your opponent can pick no mod, for example, or HD after you picked no mod or HD, but you can pick HD followed by another HD on your own, for example. That's kind of often a rule applied to make matches more versatile and not just be, yeah, one person wins 3 points in a row in HR and the other in HD and then the match starts, but instead reward all arounders more. And also there's still the SS on Toro's side, so if there's no late miss, Breezy, despite a really good play, will lose this with his early miss, which would be a heartbreak, really.
Yeah, looking like that. And I just gotta point out, both of them hit potentially the hardest part of the map there, which was the left and right stacks.
And there we have an FC, and a near FC. And as we said right before the match started, this might be a thing that happens more often in these early rounds. And this is what can happen. Only one miss out of Breezy. But I think the spinner also was in favor of Toro, so at least if he watches this later, he can be a bit, can be a bit less unhappy maybe. It was not just due to the miss. The banana difference would have also still put it in Toro's favor slightly. Still really nice play out of both of them, so can definitely see where the pick came from. Yeah, this also puts Toro as match point now, and his pick is the next one. He goes for the mixed mod. Fruit of Lies.
I think this is gonna be quite beneficial.
Oh no, it's the UG map. Okay, it's round of 64, so it's probably not gonna be slider hell like I know from his tiebreakers on 6-star maps, but yeah, he has a very special mapping style.
I mean, it does have the sliders, but I don't think they're bad for this mixed mod. I mean, mystery mod. And this is gonna be a relatively short map as well.
Yeah, 7.5. The CS5 is interesting, especially for this difficulty range. It's very rare to actually see CS5 maps, so this might already be quite a precision test at this level, compared to all the other CSs you see between 3 and 4 usually. Happy birthday tunes, okay.
Both of them said, "Have fun in the shots."
It's
Are we ready?
It's a really slow map as well. Only 80 BPM, AR 7.5, CS5. So you have to stay focused and not move too early, which can easily lead to misses by not staying on the sliders long enough. Oh, one of our spectators only realized now that this is Happy Birthday. Okay.
Yeah, that's Happy Birthday.
Oh no! I wanted to say early lead for Breezy due to accuracy, but he found a miss and the map is really short, so this is not a good sign.
I mean, maybe there's still a chance for Turo to slip up, but Breezy just missed.
There's another miss halfway in. This is not looking good, and Toro still confidently on the FC. Dropped quite some accuracy, but it doesn't matter at all. Accuracy in Catch the Beat does only do a little bit if the map is really close. It's never gonna do as much as misses do. Oh, and another miss out of Breezy, sadly, and I think this might be it. Only 1 quarter left to go. Map being really short. Toro is still on the FC. Breezy fighting valiantly, but it's probably not going to be enough.
No, unfortunately not. This is just a huge difference already with just 2 points, and this map just being too short.
Yeah. And with this, we can say GG well played to both of them, though. Breezy putting up a nice fight. It was pretty close on some maps and had a really nice win on his TT map there. But Toro showing why he had the higher seed and overall just being more consistent across the whole pool. So deserving to advance to the winner bracket round of 32. Congratulations, our first player advancing to the winner bracket of next week. And Breezy isn't out yet. It's a double elimination bracket. So for those of you new to tournaments, that means if you lose once, you basically lose your safety net, but you're still in the tournament, just in the lower bracket. And you can still win the overall thing if you win every match now. It's just going to be a bit harder path to survive.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Also, they are discussing doing a tiebreaker show match, so waiting a second if we're gonna see that. But yeah, once again, GG well played to both players. even Breezy, if you didn't win, don't get disheartened. You tried your best and you had some nice plays as well. Just come back stronger next week. And especially at cat range, you can improve so fast. Definitely is not over yet.
Oh, I guess we are gonna. In fact, we are gonna be watching the tiebreaker showcase.
Why does this feel like such a BVN's map to map?
Wonder why.
I wonder why. No, I just remember the full ECI let's go map. It was also from him, right? It's kind of the same, right? Oh no. Staff chat already being, what does that mean? It was meant in a nice way. Okay, I like your song choice and maps usually. Anyways, no stakes involved. Both of them just having fun together. Breezy opting for the easy mod here. Interesting. It's gonna be pretty slow AR then. And Toro staying with his, definitely I would say at this point we can say that preference mod. Because whenever it was possible, he picked HT, basically mini Rooster.
Yep. True. This hidden versus easy is just making it seem like Zoro is playing an extremely high AR.
Yeah, and easy does not always make a map easier because it makes some patterns and timings really interesting, but
yeah, that is true. Like the mentioned chat, this map does flow quite well.
this might be fun to DT, honestly.
Potentially, yeah.
Probably like 4.2, 4.3 DT. Yeah, maybe trying to FC that later. The song definitely makes me want to play it and the map flow.
What? No. What do you mean? Dude. I mean, at least we didn't mention Nightcore, right? Right so far?
Now you did. Also, don't call us out, man. Don't call us out. We are not doing the thing where we post tournament map scores in the squad channel here like certain other people that are not in range, so give us some slack for just considering the map seems nice so we want to play it later. Also, Rooster, he can't do anything anyways, he needs us to cast for this tournament.
What?
He can't complain about us talking about DTing these maps because he still needs us to cast a lot of this tournament's matches.
True.
Anyways, both of them doing fairly well. Nearly 99 accuracy, still HT on Toro, and breezing on easy there. Sorry for the curse.
Honestly, some of those patterns on easy seem a bit tough.
Yeah, easy tends to be like that, right? Where some patterns become quite edgy, in the sense that they are hard to catch. Especially at this difficulty range, I think that's something normally players don't encounter that early yet, with tighter to catch patterns, so a few of those jumps are quite tough. Yeah, but still fairly short tiebreaker, all things considered. First round only, so it's completely fine. Once again, both of them, GG, well played, nice match. And congratulations to Toro6 again for advancing to winner bracket round of 32. And good luck, Breezy, as well, in trying his best at staging the comeback next week. And also, thank you all of you that joined and watched this match together with us. I hope we did a good job casting and you had a fun time here. Good luck if you are players yourself, and otherwise, see you for the next streams.
That'll be all for us. And I hope you all stay tuned for the upcoming matches, which are honestly going to be quite hyped to watch.
Yeah, especially BVNs against Silani, right?
Totally, yes. Can't wait for that.
Anyways, see you guys around.